The Lone Star State, the third Bassmaster Classic in our 51 years of running this annual championship event. Fort Worth, Texas, the DFW area. Lake Ray Roberts, the first time we've had a Bassmaster event here, Such. What a great playing field, diverse, very interesting with high water in the month of June. Man, so many twists and turns in the 2021 season for the Bassmaster Elite Series, the Bassmaster Opens, the Classic. You got to keep your head on a swivel these days.
I got a new song for you, Ronnie. T for Texas, T for thunderstorms. We were delayed 2 hours by a nasty cell that came through this morning. And that changed everything.
It was nasty. There was one red blip on the radar of the entire United States, and it was on top of Lake Ray Roberts this morning. That storm passed through, and it changed the lake completely. And the guy who capitalized early, Chad Pipkins, catching a proposed 9-pounder. The biggest bass of the event unofficially.
Unofficially, Ron, I talked to him yesterday. He had a 6.5, and he lost another 6-pounder. He came in with 4 fish only yesterday. He may not fill his limit today, and he can still make the cut with, 3 or 4 of his fish.
A big bite goes a long ways here at Ray Roberts, as long as you can't catch your limit. But Drew Cook been catching a lot of fish today, flipping bushes. He is one of the best flippers on the Bassmaster Elite Series. And he picked up and found a quick hot tree, I'm going to call it, because he caught 2 fish very quick to get his day started out of the same exact bush.
Never found the big bite. He got a 3-pounder later in the day, Ronnie, but he didn't really get that big bite. He could be in the top 5 if all his fish were 3-pound range. There was windows open today where guys could climb, and some did.
And there was
like
a
this
window
guy.
of opportunity. Yes, like a good segue, Such. Justin Kerr, our Bass Nation representative from the West Coast. How about that giant? At least a 7-pounder.
He made noise early. 7-pounder, then the 3-pounder, Ronnie, and then
another 7-pounder.
Unbelievable.
This is the second 7-pounder of his 2 of them. He has 4 fish right now.
Big bag of the day.
When we ended Bassmaster Live, he had 4 fish, 18 pounds. That's how big they grow him at Ray Roberts, but not a lot of quantity.
Jumped from 22nd. He was at 3rd place at one point. He's in our top 5 more than likely, heading into Championship Sunday.
That pound and a
Third.
half.
He was the 3rd qualifier to come from the nation, Ronnie. That final guy.
That pound and a half fish for Justin Kerr seems inconsequential, but it's huge for him.
Oh, no.
And Steve Kennedy, we really thought, man, the shad spawn was on fire for him yesterday. He really put in all of his weight so quick yesterday morning. This morning, all the storms was not the case. Only 1 fish before noon.
Did not expect him to struggle like this, Ronnie.
He's made some adjustments, tried some different techniques, tried some different strategies. It's paid off with some solid fish, but he still only has 4 fish. And the deal at Ray Roberts, Such, is you're going to get bites, but can you land those fish? We've seen guys lose fish every single day.
You do not want to have a miss, and we know something you don't know. But we are going to show you.
And this is the fish catch that when we ended Bassmaster Live, Kennedy hooked up, and this is the big one. What a giant bass for Steve Kennedy to come off. We're going to replay that for you as well.
That's
late in the day. We ended Bassmaster Live. He's got a couple more minutes to fish, and this at least looked like a 6 or 7-pounder when it jumped the way it did. And then watch it turn
bass.
right here by the boat.
Look at that head.
Such a game changer for Steve Kennedy, and he didn't do anything wrong. And the bait just came out right at the boat.
Drop you to your knees is right.
I'm not going to say this is very familiar territory for him, but when he finished 2nd in the state of Texas at Lake Conroe in the Bassmaster Classic, he came in with 4 fish that day too as well.
Don't rub it in, Ronnie. But right after that, guess what happened?
Had a giant final day.
No, Hank, yes. But no, after this fish miss, Hank Cherry caught his 5th.
We will get to that as well. Chris Jones, one of our Opens winners, such a tough series to make it to the Classic from. 200 anglers in every one of those events, and he has been one that's been that high-risk, high-reward flipping thick bushes, and he won the battle on this fish right there, Such. It's a 50-50 battle between you and the bass if you're going to get it out of there, and he did. He has fished flawlessly today. Chris Jones is in position, sitting in the top 2 after when we ended Bassmaster Live.
Open champ in contention for Classic title, Ronnie. a definite headline. Chris M. Jones from Pocoshi, Oklahoma, 3 hours up the road.
His second classic. Sometimes you get a little flustered in your first one. He had his first one in 2014 at Guntersville, has wanted to make it back since. Made it from his home body of water in the Arkansas River last year qualifying, and he is making the most of it this weekend. The only man that he was trailing on Bass Track today is our defending Bassmaster Classic champion, Hank Cherry. And he started very strong after that weather system passed through. A 6-pounder early, and then another 4 3/4. And that really set the tone for his day today, Such.
Yeah, he took the lead early and has kept it all day long, kind of following up from last year when he won on Lake Guntersville. He had the big first day, 29 pounds, and held everybody off. This one, he kind of catapulted Steve Kennedy, and we'll probably go into Championship Sunday with a decent little lead.
We got to see him really mix it up today. He threw a bladed jig early, caught a big one, flipped a jig, caught a good one, caught some on a jerk bait, and then this was just moments after we ended Bassmaster Live, his 5th keeper of the day. What an important fish catch for him. You don't want to leave anything out there, and coming in with 4 fish, leave something out there. Getting his limit will keep him in contention going into Championship
I say he
Sunday.
calls again, Ronnie, before it's all said and done.
We will get to watch him try to defend his classic championship realm. He's going to try to stay on top of the world of bass fishing.
Go
tomorrow,
for 2. Let's get
8
2.
a.m. Eastern time on Bassmaster.com. We'll be there, as well as Fox Sports 1. You can catch us 4 hours on Fox Sports 1 tomorrow. 8 a.m. Eastern time until noon. Championship Sunday, the Bassmaster Classic.